So the bottom's close to being finished. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this bottom rail section on. It's going to be softest in front of my front foot and hard behind my back foot, and it's going to have a tucked under edge down this section here. And it's all done pretty simply. So I'm going to turn this other light on and just show you how this works. So where my front foot is here, this needs to be the softest part of the rail through that section there. And it just tapers off to nothing, and the same thing just tapers off right down to the back down here as well. And then to finish the rail, I'm just going to soften all of these pieces off. I'm going to keep this edge here because I want it to be a hard edge. So what I do is I just take off the bottom section of the rail and leave that top section. So now this is where my hard edge is going to be, but in front of this it's going to soften off. So now, apart from giving it another little stringer plane and doing the deck, the bottom's pretty much finished. What I want with the deck line is just one nice clean sweep. So that is the foil of the surfboard, and that's the line that actually comes through here and then blends all the way back over to the rail. I'm just going to pull this up against me so I can put a bit of pressure on it. And then I'm going to come up this rail up through here and just take all the edges off, all the lines from the rail band. And I want to get it so it fits really nicely into my hand. Finish it off using a gauze, which is like a soft flexible piece of sandpaper on a soft pad, just nice and soft. I'm going to do the bottom first, so all those shavings will fall off while I'm doing it. Same on the deck. And then definitely a check to make sure that everything's the same on both sides. Visually, everything's nice and smooth. Okay, so I've got pretty much 3 decals on tissue paper. I'm going to sit one on here, which is my glassing thing. I'm going to put another one down in here, and then this one I'm going to sit up there. And for those that haven't noticed it, it goes that way and it goes that way. I'm proud of that one. So at this stage what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull out a layer of 6 ounce glass off the top here. So we're going to put a layer of 6 ounce. So I'm going to pull it out. Make sure I've got enough to lap over the back. And now the idea is if I just give this a little bit of a pull, it just sort of starts to bend the cloth underneath a little bit more, so when I go to lap it, it just seems to sit under. Just basing it on the width of my thumb, I'm just going to use my thumb as a guide and just slide it down the rail. So then what I'm going to get is a really nice even rail line of cloth. And all different resins have got different calculations to them, but this particular resin here, for the amount of resin, I've got about 4 mil that I'm going to use in here, and as I'm finishing, it's going to go jelly into my hands. I'm going to put these on, squeegee them on. You can see that the tissue paper goes clear pretty much straight away. Make sure Australia's around the right way. And now I've got to make sure that that rolls down nicely to the end. Now the first thing I'm going to do is pour the majority of this resin just straight down the middle of the board. And then really evenly, I'm just going to spread it. And make sure everything's sort of saturated. what I've done after I've laminated the bottom, I've just brushed a filler coat on here that's going to allow me to sand this rough edge back off here.